Excellent.
Welcome back once again. Oh, this is already scuffed. Hey guys, how's it going? It's the Draft Degenerates back for another UDL coach interview. This time we are covering our Arcanine Division coaches once again. I'm Toby, coach of the Chicago Cub Foos, but I am just one half of the Draft Degenerates, and today I am joined by a Raspberry, the king himself.
That's me, baby. It's me every week, coach of the Morency Morpicos today, but next week, who knows what it could be. My team changes like every season.
There you go. And we are joined today by Arcanine Division coach Wulfender. How are you doing, Wolf?
I'm doing just fine. How you gentlemen doing?
Wonderful. All right. So, Wolf, we're going to go through a few questions with you here. We just want to get your overall take on this season. I'm sure your adoring fans want to know everything that we are about to ask. Yeah, like Raz right there.
I'm adoring fans.
There you go.
Number one, right?
Number one, baby.
Absolutely. So, to start off, Wolf, if you wouldn't mind telling us a little bit about your draft process. So, like, what you originally planned for, how that changed, anything like that.
I would say that there actually wasn't an original plan. I came up with a weird idea, and thankfully nobody else wanted it. So other than that, it was just fill in the blanks and fill in the spots, basically.
There you go.
The best way to do it sometimes.
Honestly, I respect the no plan. I've done it, but I don't do it anymore. But I respect it.
Dan does it like every season, so I know it's a viable draft strategy.
Hey, it works, if you can back it up.
It just works.
That's the issue I really have with it, yeah, is backing it up, yeah.
Well, you'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, then, give us a little bit of info about your team. I got it pulled up on the screen here. We've got Clefable, Cresselia, Thundurus, Kingdra, Pelipper, Scizor, Gourgeist, Luxray, and Miltank, Obstagoon, and Lampent. Is that right?
It's like the
Yeah.
All right. So, tell us a little bit about this team. What are you going for with it? What can it do? What can't it do? What are you excited for?
Oh, I honestly am winging it. Like, I got a rain mode because I've never played weather before, so that seemed like a good idea. And then Clefable is just awesome, so I've always wanted to do that too. And the rest of them just filled in the check marks, you know, like water, fire, grass, stuff like that.
Yep.
And
Yeah, So I'm very familiar with the concept of like filling out type chords. It's something that I do pretty frequently, where I'll just like grab a couple mons that I think work really well together, and then I'll just like draft the types that I want around it. But I gotta ask, like, are there just not a lot of fire types in the bottom tier, or do you have specific plans with Lampent?
The great thing about Lampent is it is part ghost, so it is immune to fake out.
True.
So, but other than that, it was either Rapidash, which I've used before and not to great success. So I kind of wanted to change it up a little bit.
Makes sense.
And other than that, it was like, I've used Magmar before too, and it does Magmar things, but not what I wanted or needed in my team. So I just went with the other one.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I think there's a Lampent tech that is really useful. So I'm going to look that, because I don't want to like ask out loud and spoil it. Not that it's like a super massive secret, but like I don't want anybody who doesn't already know to be like, oh, I didn't know
obviously.
that it could do that.
Super secret Trick Room Will-O-Wisp, right?
Yeah. Google secret Lampent tech, right?
Yeah, I think being immune to fake out is going to be really useful for a mon like this. That you make an excellent point.
Yeah.
I love the ghost type. It's so useful in a lot of ways.
It's a great
Ghost type is
type,
good.
yeah.
Ghost type is good.
2 immunities in max.
All right. So, I guess moving on, who are you most excited to fight this season? Or who are you most dreading to fight this season? And to give us a little insight as to why.
Actually, the one person I was hoping to battle is not on my schedule for this season unless we meet in playoffs. So,
Who is
Well,
it?
that gives.
Wake.
Yeah.
There he is.
We need our game 3, so.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense to me.
For sure, yeah.
Then you got to climb your way up to playoffs to be able to fight him. Then.
That's the plan, hopefully.
All right. Anybody you're particularly dreading on fighting this season?
Haven't really gone over the teams in depth yet because the official starts in a week or two, so I was giving it time to finish through the GLGL first.
True.
Sure. All right.
But,
Then,
yeah.
I mean, the obvious answer would be the 5-point goal trass, but I won't make you answer the obvious.
Nah,
so,
he's got easy goal race
nah.
answers.
I have
Done.
Rolo's queen to fight the bird, so,
done.
True.
Done.
True.
So.
A challenge has been issued.
And Rolo won't kill it because he'd cry.
He's never killed a table in his life, actually.
He would never do it.
It's an auto win.
So you win. He's just gonna forfeit. All right. Then I believe, was it 10th, if I'm not mistaken, Rez? You ranked 10th?
I think it might have been 11th. It was
11th.
not very high.
I think it was like both 10 or 11. There was a couple of them that was pretty low, yeah.
Yeah, so in our official Samuel Wakeman VGC power rankings, we are sponsored by Samuel Wakeman. You were ranked, I believe, number 10 or number 11 in the power rankings. And do you feel like that's accurate, or do you feel like that's wrong? And why do you think
Oh, it's absolutely true. Like, my teams never look threatening on paper, and I don't play them very threatening, but there's always going to be those 1 or 2 moments that make people go WTF, but that's about it.
That's what we're all looking for, is the holy shit, that works type of stuff.
Yeah. That's all I shoot for every season, so.
I'm down. Hell yeah.
Do you have any, trades on your mind to see if you could get it to, theoretically move up, or are you satisfied with what you have and you think you're going to be able to play it well?
There is actually at least 3 trades I've got in mind after the PRs that came out and talking with R2 and Dan, and I believe Toxic too. They all kind of helped me patch some holes.
Smart guys.
There you go.
Definitely good people to talk to about that kind of thing, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So, is there anything that you think with this team? Obviously, don't spoil your super secret text.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But is there anything that you have an idea that you are going to absolutely destroy somebody with?
Oh, absolutely. That was the whole plan before the auction even started, was I came up with an idea, and I'm going to use it on somebody, so I'm just
Okay.
hoping it works out.
I'm into it.
Mm-hmm.
Then I hope to see it. And
so with your cool secret text and your trades and everything, do you think you're gonna make playoffs this season?
I don't know. The only time I've ever gotten close to playoffs was when I joined in as a replacement coach in, I think, the first season of GLDL. And then I was 1 win away from joining playoffs there. And then with, I think it was last season in UDL, I got close, but not that close. So I'm not sure. I don't know. It kind of goes up and down sometimes.
there you go.
I got faith.
I got faith. I want to see you make it to playoffs.
Pulling it out.
I want to see.
It'll be fun. Yeah.
I want you and Ed, the 2 lowest people ranked in this division, to make it and battle in the final battle. That would be fire. I would like to see that.
Oh, I actually just remembered it was last season in the UDL where I made the semifinals, right? And then I beat Thunder and then went up and then Toxic beat me and I was out. Yeah. That's what it was, yeah.
There you go.
Great matches, by the way.
Very good matches. Actually, another thing I want to know is, this is a little bit of a targeted question, so forgive me for a second, but I gotta know, is UDL going to see the return of the no calc run, or are you going to put some sense in your head?
True.
It depends. Like, it's more of that I'm overworked, so I don't want to stress out about Pokemon 2. So it's just more of a fun thing than it is anything else.
Right.
It depends on how my first few matches go, where my headspace is at, kind of thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's respectable. So now that the auction draft format has kind of made its way into the community and is kind of starting to spread, I'm really super interested to get your thoughts on it. Like, do you think it's good and balanced and fun, or do you think it's like kind of a shit show?
No, it's definitely a lot of fun. I would say that there could be some tweaks. I don't know how to balance it better myself, but it was fun, and I don't think outside of the meme teams or just winging it that there wasn't any really bad teams. Like, they all came out pretty balanced. So I don't know. It seems like it's just a lot of fun. It's definitely different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, I agree with that. As per our sponsor, Samuel Wakeman, in his power rankings, he said that he doesn't really hate any of these teams because they all turned out decent enough and he can see what's going to be done with them. It's more of like, what's going to do what better.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, no, I agree. But if you had any advice to give maybe the owner of a Premier League, what would you tell him about auction? Would you tell him to do it or not?
Yeah, give it a shot. It wouldn't hurt anything.
Okay.
True.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right then. Anything else, Raz?
Yeah, so looking over your team, it like, I like it. It looks solid. I know in the past you've had a reputation for having games that were not necessarily decided by, but definitely a little heavier on like the the hacksy side.
Oh yeah, I'm
so-
real famous for that. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think this team is do you think it's gonna lean into that conception in new and different ways, or are you shooting to not necessarily like ditch the concept altogether, but to like experiment in more in other things, so to speak?
Well, I do have a couple of experimental ideas that I want to run this season, but I do still have a prankster T-Wave user, so that's never really quite that far away from me.
Mm-hmm. Always an option.
We can never discount Parahex Wolf.
Oh no. Like, my first ever VGC experience with a friend of mine, the battle was absolutely 100% decided by Parallax in my favor, and it's gone from there to where it is today.
Mm-hmm.
If it works, it works. Make it your brand, I guess, man.
Right? Yeah.
He broke.
Hell yeah.
The Leaf Wolf matchup, unwinnable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When we battled in VBA Season 2, I think it was, I told him that I was only going to bring it like once as a meme, but it turned out actually winning the second match. So,
Classy.
like, my bad.
Didn't mean to do that.
That's just how it goes, Got him.
There you go. All right. Well, I'm out of questions, unless you got any more questions, Rez.
Yeah, one more. Where can the people find you? You on Twitch, YouTube, other social medias, etc.? Would you plug yourself, man?
So far all I've got is the YouTube channel and a barely used Twitter. But
Okay.
yeah,
I feel
I'll
how-
provide those for you guys. It's barely used. I barely go on there anymore, but It's there.
Hell yeah.
We will link them below so that people can check you out regardless, even if it's barely used. Some would argue barely used is better than, well, anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then that is going to be all for us today, people. This was Draft Degenerates coming at you with an interview for Wulfender here. Thank you so much for coming on and answering some questions with us, Wolf. We greatly appreciate it. We look forward to seeing what your season looks
problem.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, me too.
like. All right.
Right.
Hard to playoffs.
Yes, you can make it. You got it.
Sure.
You got it. All right. Then we will leave it at that. Thank you,
All right.
everybody who tuned in. Thank you, Wolf. And remember, we are the Draft Degenerates. Raz outro.
Raz outro. Thanks for watching Draft Degenerates. Next interview, Charles the Goat? Tune in next time. It's going to be a blast. We'll see you then. Peace out, fellas.
All right.